Hi, everyone. Again, just starting live on Insight Timer. I won't be able to see your comments here. So if you'd like to join, please do come and be with us on the Insight Timer app. We're just about to start. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Brad. Again, if you are not here with us on the Insight Timer app, I invite you to join us on Insight Timer. I won't be able to see your comments or engage with you if you are on another platform. So, again, I invite you to join us on Insight Timer. Warm welcome, everyone. So happy to see your little bobbing profile pictures. Hi, Anami. I'm so grateful to be together. Well, today, just for a few minutes, I would love to share with you my first two Valentines who are here visiting me. So if you'd like to come join me and give a warm welcome to my Valentines.
Hi, everyone.
Many of you know these two from their beautiful presences and sessions that they offer. Oh, we've got some thumbs up happening on Insight Timer now. Oh my goodness, what's happening here? Uh, anyway, for anyone who hasn't met these beautiful beings before, this is my beloved mama and my beloved papa. And they are both incredible, bright beings. They both lead live sessions here on Insight Timer. And I really welcome you to join the sessions. They have just unbounded wisdom and love. And I'm not sure, I guess they can see you on the other platforms as well. I don't know if your faces are cut off. So any love and wisdom that you'd like to share with our beloveds?
Yes, that we are so grateful to have you as our daughter, and we love you so, so dearly. And happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thanks, Papa. And what about with our community?
Oh, well, I adore this community. I'm so grateful to be part of it and to grow with with together, to grow together, because they say you teach what you need to learn, and that's what it's about for me.
Thank you.
Okay.
What about you, darling? Would you like to share anything?
I want to just say I love you all. If I know you and if I don't know you, you're so much in my heart. And happy Valentine's Day. And if you feel you don't have someone special in your life today, you are special. Hold yourself, love yourself, because you are so precious and so adorable and so, so loved. So happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. So beautiful.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay.
love you.
Bye.
Oh, 2 kisses.
See some of you
Give
tomorrow.
me a kiss.
Give her a
Give me a
kiss.
kiss.
Give her a kiss.
Oh, I love you.
Bye,
so
everyone.
much.
Love you.
Have fun. Thanks for being my Valentines.
Thank you for being ours.
Love y'all. Enjoy. Oh, so much love. Wow. What a beautiful way. Yes, big, big hug, Anika. Big hug to everyone. So much love. What a gift to be together on this day. I I recognize sometimes I like the idea of taking certain days off, and I was wondering if I would lead a session today, as some celebrate Valentine's Day, some do not, some observe it just as a commercial holiday. However, it can be a beautiful opportunity to celebrate love even more. And I consciously decided to leave our session this day of this week as opposed to a different day, although I know for some of you it's the 15th. Uh, and I left it because what better day than today and every day to practice self love and to create a loving space of community. So, this is why I've chosen to have this live session today. And again, if you're not here with us on Insight Timer, I do invite you to join us here. I will not be able to see your comments or interact with you otherwise. And it's such a gift when we get to interact. So, hello everyone. I missed many of your comments that came in already, but I'm seeing Amy and Anika and Rika and Davy. Welcome everyone. Please feel free to say hi. especially those of you, I see your beautiful faces bobbing in your profile pictures, and maybe I've never heard from you before. So please, if you feel called to, say hello today. It's such a joy for me to get to experience your words, your presence. Hi, Angela. Mm. And again, thank you so much for choosing to take time in your day, your night, for us to all be together. Hi, Susie. I'm just going to wait before we dive in today. Hi, Lorraine, to just hear from you if you wish. If you wish. I think I shared this recently, maybe even last week, but there was this day where we were in our intimate meditation group we have here on island. And I just experienced an even deeper awareness of the not just the value, but the importance of feeling seen, feeling heard. And I know many of us have this relationship of not wanting to be seen, but wanting to be seen secretly deep down. There's such healing that can occur when we feel seen. And it doesn't have to be seen in some grandiose way, seen as in, I see the look on your face. I can empathize with what you're going through. Seen as in just being listened to for 30 seconds. There's such healing in being seen. So I wish to see all of you and wish for you to know and to feel that we are together, that you are seen, that you are loved. Coming back to your comments. Hi, Paula. Welcome. Hi, Ruby. Hi, Danny. Oh, yeah, Danny said, "Can your parents adopt us for the weekend?" Right? Yeah. So I really I know, I know how blessed I am to have my soul have chosen a family where there's that much love. I mean, we have our dysfunction, it doesn't negate the different traumas that I experienced in my life and things like this. But even in the dysfunction of our family, to have so much love, I do not take it for granted. And it is a gift to share it with all. Yes, even for those who feel like they have no concept of what it's like to have that kind of a family, we can just come into this. Let us be family together. And I know that's why many of us come back to these sessions, yes, because we are like a family. And if this is your first time here, you are part of this family. Yes. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Ginger. And see, I'm coming back to your comments. Lorraine shared validation. You don't have to agree with me, but you have to see me. At least that's the hope with people. Yeah, just acknowledgement. We might not always be validated, but just to be acknowledged that we exist, that we're having a human experience, even if we don't agree with each other, that acknowledgement. Anami shared, "Thank you for being here today. I'm extremely sick. Oh, with COVID and dealing with some quite disheartening things with a person that's become significant to me. Even the last few minutes have been so nourishing. Oh, honey, I love you. Sending your body, mind, heart, spirit, just waves and waves of love and tenderness and healing. May you just soak up this goodness of our time together with our family and let it nourish and nurture you." Okay. Well, again, thank you to everyone who is here. Thank you to everyone who has said hello. Again, if you are not with us on Insight Timer, come join us here. Come join us so I can see your comments, so we can see your comments and be in this loving space together. Anika shares, "I don't, but when I see others who do, I'm grateful it feels me with love rather than robs me of it." Uh, yes, fills, but what were you referring to, my love? Maybe the acknowledgement part? I don't, but when I see others who do, I'm grateful. Oh, the family comment. Beautiful love. Yeah, I don't. I don't have that. But when I see others who do, I'm grateful and it fills me with love rather than robs me of it. Beautiful. And I know for some it is a different experience and all of it is welcome here. Yes, whatever feelings arise, whatever thoughts arise in this is always a space for every part of you to be. The uncomfortable parts, the free parts, all of it. All of it is welcome. All of you is welcome. Yes. Ah, Lorraine shared, I agree. I don't have anyone, but it's beautiful to see, gives me hope and faith. And Jivan Mukta shares guilt. Lorraine shares, can't compare. Everybody's path is different. If I did, I'd make myself nuts. Yeah. Yeah. And that's such a huge, huge access point to suffering or freedom in our human experience. The trap of comparison. Yes. There's a fantastic quote that I've loved for a long time, and it says, comparison is the thief of joy, the thief of joy. And it really has the ability to do that depending on what our mindset is, how we're thinking about something. Rika shares, me neither, Anika, feeling so much grief right now, heartache, and also gratefulness for this community and being here. Oh, sweetheart. Yes, right with Anami, just holding you, holding everyone in love. This is the place to just let the heart break, crack open, to be held. That's why we're here, to love each other, to be loved, or to let whatever else is here to be here. Anger, rage, fear, shame. Yeah. So just let yourself be held here. And it really is uh, so true for so many of us that we teach what we need to learn. I don't think, up until recently, I wasn't as aware of some of the deeper layers that I've still been unaware of and are in need of healing and attention for me. So it's just been made so much more clear that naturally I'm doing this work of self love and it is still my work. Although in some moments I'm in some exalted state of oneness and feeling such profound love for myself that nothing else exists. And then there are moments where another layer of the onion is being peeled, and I'm surprised to find that there's something inside that says I'm not good enough or is so afraid of rejection that it closes down or that it shuts down. There's just these layers that are still there. So I'm so grateful to be in this work together and to keep being in this space of authenticity together. I think it's so necessary for our healing journeys to be able to keep it real, to be authentic, and to say, yeah, today feels like an awful day, or today feels like a glorious day, and just to be with each other in that. Linda shares, I'm feeling very sad right now. Two of those I love so much are pushing me away right now. I feel that, Linda. And I hold you. I hold you so close in my heart. And I invite you to hold yourself also. Anyone who is feeling grief right now or sadness or anything that where your heart is just aching, I invite you just to hold yourself. And there's so many beautiful techniques that we can use to help to restore the nervous system and to nurture ourselves. One really nice one that we may have done before is just the butterfly tapping where you cross your arms and just tap one hand after the other. We also often do the havening, yes, where we bring the hands to the shoulders and brush down to the elbows. Sometimes we hold our cheeks or caress our faces. All of these different ways that we can self soothe are so, so helpful in these moments. Beautiful. Look at all this love. I love all of your love and your loving of each other. Thank you, my friends. Thank you all. There you are, Britt. Your emojis matching your lovely profile picture. Ah, yeah. Can you feel it, Linda? Can you feel it, Joyce? Can you feel that when I'm speaking, it's like giving our own self permission? That's what it is. I'm a reflection of you. I'm a reflection of you. You're a reflection of me. And I think one of the reasons that we feel healing or more tender or more love when we're with certain people is because their cultivation of love, it gives us permission to be that way with ourselves. I could love you with every fiber of my being, but if that doesn't move you to love yourself, you might not feel it, right? It's when that love transforms us in some way, consciously or unconsciously, to love ourselves that we feel the transformation, that we feel that crack in the armor, or we feel that light that's able to penetrate the heart. And then the glory of it is that light that's penetrating is our own light. That crack in the armor is the experience of our own love, being able to experience our own love. Your love is sacred love. Your love with yourself is what heals. You can have someone in your life who loves you beyond measure. Yet, if you are not in that loving with yourself, you may only feel it a fraction, if that. It's all about your love. And we are one. We are one. So when we crack open and we fall in love with ourselves, we rise in love, we expand in love with ourselves. We become that for the world. It has a ripple effect. The people in our immediate environment and also the whole creation. I was going to say the whole world, the whole creation, all of it. Your love ripples out beyond your immediate community. And it's all right here in you. What do you feel inside as I'm saying this? What are you aware of with this love that is pouring out here to remind you of your own love? And I see some beautiful shares from a few moments ago. Joyce shared absolutely wrapped in love through our community. Rika shares it feels like warm honey, a cocoon of love. Ginger shares the havening feels really good. That's these self-soothing techniques we're talking about. I want to practice it more, giving myself love and acceptance exactly as I am right now. Yes, love, that's it. Oh my goodness, that's just the heart of it. Sometimes we have these concepts um, of self love being selfish. And then sometimes we can even expand that out when we look at things like collective trauma. And it can seem like self love is selfish. And yet, for me, like I was saying, we are one. Self love is the medicine that opens me to love even more. Self love is the medicine that that expands who I am into the presence of love that collectively heals. It's not about self love as an individual and separateness. It's about a balm for every part of us that has ever felt not good enough or separate or isolated, dehumanized, in so much pain we didn't know what to do. That love is powerful beyond anything that I know. Jivan Mukta shares, having lost love a year ago, and able to forgive myself. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. I hear that. There's a very powerful teaching that I learned from my beloved teacher, Saima, who I reference all the time because I've been studying with my beloved for over 22 years. So I have a lot of grace and wisdom and knowledge shared from Saima. And Ma, let's see if I have my little client book here that is filled to the brim. Ooh, and I have all these beautiful stick figure drawings that I can show you. Let's see, I just saw one. Oh, that's the backpack one, different teaching. Let's see, I just saw another one. Ooh, yes, this is some fine art, my friends. Be prepared to be amazed. Mm? Starting at 150,000, 200,000. Who's going up 300,000? Okay, just kidding. So this teaching, it's speaking about our human experience of love and relationship. I don't know. Hopefully, everyone can see. I know on different platforms we have different screen visibility. So here are these two people that are in relationship. This top line right here between them, we could say is the love between them. The love is always there. You could also think about it as there are three people in a relationship. There's you, the other, and the relationship. The relationship is the third entity. So, this first line that we see is this connection of love between the two. This is always, this love is here. This love does not get broken. This love does not get tainted. It is the purity of the love that is shared. Now, the second big messy line you see here, not several lines, but it's supposed to be kind of like a tube. It was originally a tube kind of shape. This right here represents the relationship. So we have the love that is always here, and then we have the relationship. Now, the relationship, although the love can't be broken, the love doesn't end. That's not the nature of love. The relationship can end and not be there. The relationship can be broken and not be there, but the love is always there. So, this is for us to be aware of. What are we placing in the relationship? Imagine when I first drew this, it was kind of like an empty space. So, imagine that there is this tube here. And again, this is a teaching from my beloved teacher, Her Holiness Saima. Imagine there is this empty tube that you can see through. Each of us are placing different things into the relationship. Let's say this person over here places adoration into that tube. So now that tube between you two has adoration. And this person places some caring. Okay, now we've got caring and adoration. But this person also places their fear of being cheated on in the relationship. So now that's in this new relationship. And this person places their fear of getting hurt into the relationship. And this person places their resentment. And this person places their, what's another good one? Their jealousy, right? We place all of these things into the relationship. And then this is the experience we have between us. This is this third entity, which is how we come together. So the love, no matter how much we've hurt each other, the love is the nature of the self. It is there between us. The relationship is what can become distorted. Can Yes, and Mel is saying judgments, right? Our judgments we place. I mean, we could go on, right? All the things we place into our relationship with another. So this can be distorted. This can be painful. This can be broken. This can be erased. But the love is always there. So let us remember when we have gone through something painful, a breakup, especially maybe an ending of any kind of relationship where it wasn't harmonious, things like this. Let us remember that the love is always there. And of course, that's why it hurts so much usually, because there's this depth of love and we're out of alignment with that love. When we do something that hurts someone we love, we're out of alignment. When we place all of these expectations on the other and don't allow them to be free, we're not in alignment. So even if the relationship ends poorly, remember the love is there. And you can go back and do work on this in yourself, even if the person isn't in your life anymore, even if you're not in relationship anymore. You can go back. Be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate with the other. What was happening inside of me that caused me to make these poor decisions that were out of alignment? And it could be something from your childhood that propelled you in this way, old patterns and behaviors. It doesn't mean keep repeating them. It's awareness. Awareness is the first step to any transformation in our lives. If we are not aware, we do not have the conscious ability to do something differently. So I'm sharing this, specifically from what Jiva Mukta is sharing. And I invite you to just take anything from that, my friend, that serves you. What can you see for yourself? And if you wish, you've already shared vulnerably. If you feel inspired to share more in the chat about anything you're becoming aware of through that share, that teaching from Saima, would love to hear from you and serve you, support you. Also, hear your own inner wisdom, because that's what this game of awakening is so much also about. Or you could say in the context of like coaching, it's the awareness of our own inner knowingness, uncovering that deep remembrance of our own wisdom. Hmm. Okay, coming back to your comments. Sandy shared, this is from a long time ago, so different context. The people I thought I loved have many conditions I have to do and like what they do and like. Uh-huh. Yeah. So that's, again, that's a powerful thing to examine. And for me, that always comes down to, where am I not? How am I not allowing myself to be free? And then there's a whole realm there that we can look at, right? We can explore all of the different survival strategies that we develop to avoid confrontation or rejection, to feel good enough to feel loved, right? Why am I choosing to participate in my relationships in a way that don't allow me to be free, right? It's just a profound exploration there. Thank you so much for sharing that. Joyce shares, I saw a keychain today that made me stop and take notice. Self-love club. Oh, I love that. Yeah, beautiful. We kind of are in a self-love club here, aren't we? For anyone who doesn't know, I have many recordings here on the Insight Timer app, and I have 2 courses, and one of the courses is a self-love course called Awaken My Heart. Yeah, we have our own self-love club, and everybody's welcome. And we can join other self-love clubs too. Or maybe it's just like one universal club. Yeah, I think so. Britt, I'm holding you to it. That piece of fine art is saved for you, my friend. Um, yes, and Rika is coming back to this teaching of the tube and the relationship and the love. And Rika says, similar with their relationship to ourselves. Absolutely. We are just mirrors. It's very much the same. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Ginger shares, I love this visual. I imagine putting beautiful things into the relationship. Yes, and of course, that's also part of it. That's also part of it. And Saima has so much profound work that really helps us on a psychosomatic and energetic level to become aware of the things that we have put into our relationships or placed on other people, and also the things that we've taken on from other people, and ways to give those things back that we do not wish to have taken on, to take back whatever we wish to take back, our joy, our peace, our innocence. So much. Davy shares, my narrative storytelling coach calls, wait, love my narrative storytelling, love my narrative storytelling. Coach calls this pure love the invisible thread, which is from a kid's book of the same name. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So what is it love? Is it love my narrative storytelling or is it my narrative storytelling? Coach calls. Oh, got it. Your narrative storytelling coach calls this pure love the invisible thread, which is from a kid's book of the same name. Beautiful. Got it. Thank you for sharing that. Lovely. Yeah, I remember I grew up with some great hippie books. Does anyone remember that book? I think it's from the 70s, called something like The Rainbow Man. I remember it fondly, vaguely and fondly. And it was like this epic rainbow being of light, probably like one of the Elohims or something, who came and like blessed the planet with all of this love and light. Oh, great, Joyce. Great. Rika is sharing, the image and explanation brought up guilt and shame in me, like a lot of things, thinking that I have too much baggage and am incapable of having a healthy relationship with me or others. I know it comes from a wounded place that believes it's unlovable and broken, a place that deserves love, compassion, and patience from me. Yes, love. I hear that. I so hear that. And I love it that you're able to see that it's not the wholeness of who you are. This is so important because so often, whether it's an emotional experience or a thought, a belief system, we have this feeling or this belief or this thought that that's who we are. I am angry. I am unlovable. That's an experience. And what we'll often find through some inquiry is we'll find that it's not even that our whole self believes it. It might feel like 99% of us believes it, but there's at least 1% that is able to see it, to witness it. So I love that you're able to see, yes, I do feel this way. I do have these thoughts. And I also know that that is a part of me that deserves and needs love and compassion. That's so beautiful. And I think this is the evolution of the awakening of the work on the planet, as rather than to say, oh, I don't look at that part of me, I'm too spiritual, I'm going to meditate it away, to go and say, ah, here is this part that is asking for more love. Here is this part that is longing to be held. Here is this part who received information that was not true, was not accurate. That's just the beginning. Thank you for sharing that, love. How does that feel to like just sit with that together? You shared vulnerably and now we're talking about it a little. What does that feel like for you? And again, if you're not on Insight Timer, come join us here so we can see your comments. Jivan Mukta shares fear of being abandoned seemed to come true. Difficulties to recover from it. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. It's it's quite a profound and sensitive, tender topic. So the first thing I wish to share, Jivan Mukta, is just my compassion for your experience and my tender heart with you in what that's like to have felt that and to feel like that is a reality. Just like Rika was just sharing, we have experiences and we have beliefs, and our mind labels our experiences. And before we know it, they become self fulfilling prophecies, but they're not reality. It doesn't mean that we haven't experienced it. It means it's not reality, it's perception. And perception is always changing. I've mentioned this in some of my courses, and we've definitely spoken about it at different times here, but it's this awareness of the relationship between the mind, emotions, and how we experience ourselves and our lives. So, for example, let's say that I grew up in an environment where I didn't receive loving attention or kindness. Or let's say that I grew up in an environment where my interpretation of my parents' unavailability, or maybe I was in the foster systems, right? There's so many life experiences that we've all had. But let's say that something in my environment growing up had me interpret that experience as I'm always going to be left, or maybe I'm not good enough, something like this. It doesn't mean it's true, but it's my mind's interpretation of the experience. For example, if someone leaves me as a child and I make that mean that I wasn't good enough to stay for, it's not true. It's not true. It's a perception that I took through my experience. It's the meaning that I placed on that terribly awful experience, that painful experience. So now I have this belief in my life, or this thought that says I'm not good enough, or this thought that says, people leave me, whatever it is, right? And sometimes it's not this clear. You might have to dig sometimes to see that this thought is even there. So I have this thought that says I'm not good enough. I'm going to stick with that one because otherwise I'll keep going back and forth between the examples. The thought says I'm not good enough. And what happens? What do you think happens if I'm sitting here and I have this thought, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, cancel, cancel, cancel. If I have this thought again and again, what do you think starts to happen in my emotions? Just go ahead and share a couple of words in the chat. If I have this thought regularly that I'm not good enough, what do you think I start to feel emotionally? Because our thoughts are impacting our emotions and vice versa, right? Alone, low, heavy, sad, shame, despair, loneliness. Yeah, thank you, everyone. So I'm having this thought that's not even true. Let's be really aware of this. I'm having the thought I'm not good enough, but it's not even true. It's an interpretation of something that happened in my life, or maybe many somethings that happened, but it's still an interpretation. So I live with the thought I'm not good enough. And then my emotions respond to that thought. And if I'm having a thought I'm not good enough and my emotions are in this way, then I also start behaving in a certain way. Now, it can be different because some of us we cover it up, right? Some of us feel so alone and not good enough, and we become really puffed up to let everyone know that we're good enough, right? That's what arrogance comes from a lot of the time, this deep fear. Yes. So sometimes the deep fear of being abandoned makes us so big that we push people away. Sometimes the feeling of not being good enough, the more we feel that loneliness, that heaviness, that sadness, we get smaller and smaller and smaller. And even if we don't show everyone how small we are, there are certain ways in our body or our ways of speaking with people or acting with people that reflect this constant unconscious or conscious experience of thinking I'm not good enough and the emotional responses that are arising. So now I've also added behaviors in here. I'm thinking, I'm feeling, and now I'm behaving in some way that's influenced by these thoughts and emotions. So then it does become a self fulfilling prophecy. If we just take these two examples that I gave, and of course there are other examples, it's not just one or the other. There are many ways this can show up. But if let's say that I'm the person who's just so big that I push people away, well, I it's a self fulfilling prophecy. Let's say I meet someone that I really like, whether it's a friendship or something romantic, but there's this energy that says I'm not good enough, and I feel this deep pain and I'm covering it up, and I don't want people to see that. So then I'm so big and maybe closed down or guarded that I push that person away who I have interest in becoming friends with or becoming partners with. Or if it's the other way, I have these behaviors of feeling like I'm not good enough. So maybe I even start to date someone or become friends with someone. But my self fulfilling cycle of feeling like I'm not good enough will somehow maybe push that person away. Or, I mean, there's so many ways it can happen, right? Sometimes we're so in that energy of feeling not good enough that we're not available to even connect with the other person. So it becomes self fulfilling. But here's the thing I really want to point out, and let's leave this up for consideration. What if this original belief or this original thought, whatever it is in each of our situations, and there are many of them, what if it's not true? What if it's not true? What if you are lovable? What if you are good enough, even with every mistake you've ever made? What if? What if you are so precious and so loved it's beyond measure? What if you are worthy just as you are in every way, every imperfection? What if? So, what if all of these things that have us live out these self fulfilling prophecies are not true? What becomes available? What becomes possible? That's what I'd love to hear from you right now, my loves. What becomes available to you? What could be possible if you started to consider or continued to consider that the core belief or the core thoughts that are driving this self-fulfilling behavior are not true? Gary shares, I would be unstoppable. What could be possible if you started to be with yourself, to do the work with yourself, to go back inside, find that part of you that's living in that false belief, and help them see and know and feel that it's misinformation? Anika shared victorhood. Rika shares a lot of weight would drop. Chains of fear and skepticism be dissolved. Trusting myself and others. Wow, unimaginable. Davy shared, I'd be me with only authentic smiles and authentic tears because we're not happy all the time, are we? Yeah. That was my addition for anyone who doesn't know. I added the tears part. So so what if what if the stories that we've been telling ourselves that keep us in cycles and patterns are not true? And many of us know because many of us have been doing this work for a long time that it's not easy. At least I don't know anyone who's found it to be easy, except for some people who've awakened like that, like fully, fully samadhi consciousness. Then they're just free. There's no more human drama. There's no more Maya. There's no more pain to have to work through because there's that freedom of oneness consciousness. But it's not easy for those of us who are here in the work. And like I shared earlier today, there are so many layers, layer after layer. And you may get to a point in your life, you're like, wow, I'm finally free of that belief and finally ready for my new life. And then another layer will come up and you'll be like, ah, I don't know how, I can't tell you how many times in my own journey and all the years of working with one on one sessions, people get so hard on themselves, so hard on themselves. Like, oh, I thought I was past this. Ah, that's where we surrender. Okay, here's another layer. It's so uncomfortable, it's so painful, I wish I was beyond this, and here it is. Here it is. Sandy says, "I'm okay as long as it's a layered cake." Well, as much as I go through my cycles of not eating refined sugar and taking good care of my cells and my health, I know it's gonna gross some of you out, but I'm a frosting person. So as long as that cake has frosting, I'm good to go. Ugh. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to come back because I think some comments came in on some other topics, and I just want to see if we have time to drop in. I want to spend at least a couple minutes doing a few moments of some self love affirmations today. Happy Wednesday, my love. Great to see you. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, babe. Is that your Mardi Gras mask? I can't really see it, but it looks beautiful. All right, great. It looks like I came across I was able to address everything that needed to be addressed. Yeah. And, yeah. Ginger shares, "So grateful for everyone here, really feeling the love." Yeah. Oh, Jivamukta shares, "Your words hit straight into the heart, revealing huge sadness." And I don't know what it's like for you right now, my love, but I know for me, when someone speaks to my heart in this kind of a way, that sadness is my heart cracking open so I can be free. So I just invite you to allow the tears, allow that cracking open. Hold yourself. You're not a bad person. We all make mistakes. And whatever the reason of the ending of that relationship, can you practice compassion for yourself? No matter who did what, can you hold yourself? The part of you that's hurting, forget about the whole story about what everyone did, wrong, right, bad, good. Can you just go inside and see that part of yourself that feels so much sadness and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry you're feeling this way and I love you. I'm right here. I'm right here for you. I'm so sorry I left you." Can't tell you how many times in my life I've learned that so often the depth of the pain I feel has nothing to do with the other. It's about the ways that I've abandoned myself, fear of rejection or fear of not being good enough or I've taken on the other person's judgments and judged myself. Can you go in right now and just hold the part of you that feels the sadness? Give it permission to exist because it's part of you. Mm. Yes, Rika, I'm with you on that one. Blueberry cheesecake, I can get down with that, although I don't usually do cheesecakes. Sounds good though. All right, my friends. So, and Rika's saying, oh, yes, self abandonment, that's a big one. And there's more room for compassion right there, right there. Oh, I abandoned myself. I don't need to judge myself even more for abandoning myself. I go in and I hold myself and I say, I'm so sorry that I left you. I was so scared. I didn't know any better. I wasn't taught how to not abandon you. I was desperate. I love you. I'm sorry. I love that everyone's like, we're going from this deep place where some of us are crying and some of us are fantasizing about cakes and pies. And Angus, beautiful, my love, because you and I are right like this. I was just feeling that rather than affirmations, I'd like us to end with some ho'oponopono. And I must say that I've I've read different things, or I've come across different teachings about the origins of Ho'oponopono and also its original form and how many of us practice it, if that's really accurate. And I don't know. I haven't found anything definitive. So what I wish to say before we move into this practice is one, I deeply honor the origins of the Hawaiian culture and wherever this may be originated from, because again, I've seen different different teachings on it, although I do understand that it is originally sacred culture in Hawaii. So just to honor the origins of this practice. And also, although I may not know everything about the practice itself, again, with different information, I find that if we take the heart of the technique, which is this love, this oneness, and these words that we speak to ourselves, it is it's about collective healing, oneness healing with the self and with the collective. So again, I wish to honor the culture and also honor that the sacredness of our oneness as we practice this. So I've also heard the phrases spoken in different orders. So you may have an order that's different from the way that I practice. Gary's sharing, a day seldom goes by when I don't do the Ho'oponopono for varied periods. That's beautiful. Yeah, it really is such a beautiful collective and self love healing practice. Great, great, great gratitude. So I'm just going to read this one last comment and then we will practice together if you wish. Summer shares, it feels hard ending a relationship that is not right for you when you have so much love for that person still. I wonder where the love goes when the connection is lost. Hmm. Maybe something beautiful to explore. Maybe the love, yeah, I think it's a beautiful inquiry. Maybe the love doesn't go anywhere, coming back to that drawing. Maybe the love expands back into source love. Maybe the love is like raindrops that nurture the seeds for more love in our lives. Yes. And also just for us to be aware of attachment. Because if love is always this fullness of self, of source, of what it is, the purity of love is unbounded, then what is the part that gets contracted? It's the attachment, it's the expectation, it's the judgments, it's all the things that fit into the category of attachment. Yes. Love is so unbounded. And yet, our attachments cause feelings of longing and missing, and there's nothing wrong or bad with these things. They're such a beautiful, tender part of the human experience. Okay, so let us drop in for just a couple of minutes. You may wish to sit tall, or if you are feeling the need to lie down, you can lie down. You may wish to place your palms over your heart and hold your own heart, or maybe one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. And we're just going to drop right into the practice of the repetition of the words. So let's take a few conscious breaths together. And as we repeat these words, we open the space for healing in ourselves and also the consideration or maybe the knowingness that as we heal in our individual experience, we are naturally assisting in the healing of the collective experience. Bring your awareness into your sacred heart that holds all of the human experiences and also the unbounded love of Source, God, Allah, Buddha, Self, nothingness, however you think of it. This purity of love, of the light. And we allow whatever is here to be here, any pain, any joy. I'll start to repeat the words and I invite you to join in with me. You can also repeat them after me if you're unfamiliar with these phrases. And I invite you to really speak these words to yourself. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then continue on your own. And you may find as you say these words, other people also come into your awareness. Just allow this healing, this opening. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Just a few more moments repeating this inside. Let's take a deep breath in and out together. If you're holding your heart, you may wish to massage slow, gentle circles on your heart and take a few more deep breaths. Exhale through the mouth on each one, just letting go, letting this opening, this softening happen. Mm. And whenever you're ready, slowly open the eyes, aware of your body, your heart, this moment in time and space together. Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so good to be together. Thank you all for being here. I wish you so much love with yourself, kindness and compassion with yourself. Remember, you are your number one Valentine. Celebrate that as much as you can. Mm. Thanks, Brad. Thanks for being here. We're all in it together. Yes. Hi, Caroline. Hmm. Well, I'm so glad you did too, Rika. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you all. Oh, thank you. All my love to you. Thank you for your donations, for your love. Again, I lead these sessions regularly, so you can check out my profile page here on the Insight Timer app to see when my live sessions are. Hmm. I will be gone for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks in March. So if you're missing our time together, there are some recorded sessions of our past lives and also so many meditations and talks here on the app. And of course, if you're needing a little love boost, I post regular short videos on Instagram that have loving reminders if you're needing that. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you, Don. Thank you, everyone. And for anyone who missed our time at the beginning, just a loving reminder that my beautiful folks, Sandy Magram and Jonas Magram, both offer lives here on Insight Timer. If you'd like to experience more of their love and teachings and radiance, I just dropped their names in the chat if you would like to join them. Hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for your love. I'm so grateful. And I love you. See you soon.